Life can go many ways, going through your ups and downs retrospectively. Some of us play games as a way to distract us from our problems, and sometimes we may just end up making friends along the way. Roblox, being a game for a variety of young ages, houses many unique players, and let's just say, one of these players had gone through a lot of ups and downs in life. It's between 2019 and 2020, and Luke was just one of your typical Robloxians. Being in the gifted program during elementary school, he mostly just played games with some of his friends, whether it be for a daring competition they made up, or just for fun. Nothing bad had really happened throughout the year, and he was able to just peacefully continue on with his life. Throughout his experiences in the years, he continued to make friend after friend, just being able to have more and more fun with them. Luke had made a new friend in 2021, and it started off pretty well. Kevin was another fellow Robloxian, and he bonded well with him. The two became pretty good friends, just enjoying the time they spent together, whether it be about Roblox or just something about science. However, there was something different with Kevin. Kevin was acting a little bit different than usual. He started to change, and not for the better. He was slowly driving the friendship between the two into a spiral of insanity. I don't know why he changed. Well, it was because of his own friends. We don't exactly know the details, but he turned from just another Robloxian to a manipulated person, changing Luke for the worse. He started to cyberbully him, making him look bad for whatever reason he thought of. Luke obviously didn't enjoy this, but what was there to do? He was warned by his own relatives to stay back because, well, even they could notice how much he was truly affected. He cried from his manipulation, trying to make a decision on what to do. Eventually, he just decides to remove Kevin from his life, knowing that he truly just wasn't helping with his emotions. As 2023 starts off, Luke hops into middle school and makes some new friends, moving on from his interaction with Kevin. He had learned a little bit more about the feelings of depression, now knowing that he did not experience it alone. However, something came up during middle school. When Luke had started to make new friends, he started to realize something. He noticed a lot of anti-Semitism around the school. This made his experience in middle school tough, especially considering that he was a Jew. He was bullied often, being made fun of for just being different. He wasn't accepted within the community, being negatively labeled just for his religion. He just couldn't stand it, having to face it day by day, especially considering the fact that it was hard to report this type of activity. It would have been a dream for him to just lay in bed, relax, and push these thoughts away, but it just wasn't that easy. With how much this was being thrown around in the bush, he felt like an outcast. He went to Roblox as a way to cope, but even then, it was still difficult having to deal with these issues. Luke is still facing the difficulties with his bullies during middle school, despite his efforts to persist them. He faces insults and death threats left, right, and center, just having to take it all without being able to do much about it. He becomes the equivalent of shattered glass, just losing its sense of self. But even with all of this, he still continues on. Despite the bullies, fights, and manipulation he has to endure, he still stands. His sense of self may be crushed, his ability to open up had been silenced, and his soul was just shattered. But he still stood. He stood up and worked on himself, making sure he was prepared to endure these many fights. His story still continues, and so does his will to stand up and make his post. It may be tough right now, it may be challenging to endure, it may feel like a fight is going on every single minute. He was practically shattered to pieces, losing his sense of identity. But even with all this, he just withstood it. He was broken, but still stood strong.